Buck Up and Drive is an action racing runner with some fighting mechanics. This game was recommended to me in a comment on my Nodori Forever video, and I can see why. There are many similarities, but Buck Up and Drive is an infinitely better game with far superior mechanics in almost every way. I'm thoroughly impressed with this game, and I am so thankful somebody mentioned it, because this has got to be one of my favorite games I've played this year. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but that doesn't mean there aren't solid mechanics that make me want to compete at trying to get a very high score. Let me explain. The point of Buck Up and Drive is to complete the level in under the time limit. That's it. That time at the top of the screen is how fast you must beat this current level you're on before moving on to the next stage, where you will get another 60 seconds to complete the level. There's no worry about health bars or anything like that, but as you saw, hitting something will crash the car and make you lose a significant amount of time. So trying to do a level as fast as humanly possible by drifting and getting blue sparks, then yellow sparks, and then finally red, and then there's a even faster maximum boost you can get from drifting. So drifting is what you want to be doing throughout the entire level, and then hitting these green speed traps in the middle of the road. But that's just to survive, and you will get some score as you go in through a level. As you are playing the level, the score on the top left goes up. But you will get a lot more score for doing tricks in mid-air, or grinding on the guardrails on the side like that. It's not only quite impressive to watch, but a lot of fun to play. There is some danger in using those jump pads though. While you can use them to maximize your score, it severely unsettles the car, so you can bounce and miss the next green pad, or bounce and not have full control over your car, and then you'll hit something and crash. It can be a little frustrating, but I think there needs to be some downside to doing all of those tricks in the air. The mechanics are simple, but the joy is on how close you can get to other cars while still being able to keep the car going without crashing or getting all of the green spots. It's more about the mechanical skill that you have with the controller and controlling the car and making sure you don't hit anything is the joy you get out of this game. The traffic is your biggest obstacle in completing the level, even though you can hit some of the rocks and signage on the sides of the road. It's kind of funny, but the traffic will also use the green speed pads that jump them into the air, so it does make it very tricky to get around them. Ideally, you wouldn't hit any of the traffic at all, but there are attacks in the game. When you boost, you will do an attack, and anything in your way will get booped out of your way. That includes traffic, but if you hit them too much and kill them, then the cops could come after you, and I'll show that mechanic coming up. So there is a penalty, but it's not that bad, and it's better to kill the drivers and worry about the police later than lose time crashing. One thing to note about the traffic is that once you pass it, it disappears. It's completely gone from the game. So if you pass something and then crash, you don't have to worry about the cars coming back through having to crash you again, which is very polite of the game. So about those cops. Once you kill enough people, the meter in the bottom left fills up, cops show up, they have a certain amount of health, and you must fight them to win. The easiest way to do this is to drift and boost and hit them, or you can spin the car in an attack and it will also hit them. Then this cop car has 3 health, so if you hit them for 3, then you will defeat them and they go away and you get another bar. But the cops definitely get more and more difficult as you play. The pieces of paper he's dropping, those will reduce your score, which is an extreme bummer. Really, the mechanic makes you not want to hit other cars, because this is very tricky to try and focus on winning and getting the green spots, and also trying to get rid of this cop car too. And even if you change levels, they'll follow you to the next one, so they're not going away, and in this instance, they just made me lose. Anyway, there are rivals in the game. They show up every so often. I didn't count when they did. But it's a true race to the finish. Whoever crosses the finish line first wins. They're subject to the same obstacles as you, and so they will hit traffic, but timing your boosts correctly and not hitting traffic are the best ways to win. They're worth a lot of points, so winning is the best option, but you will also unlock the car that they drive if you win as well, so there's some incentive if you want to drive their car. Which is a perfect segue into showing you which cars are available for you to select. There's a bunch. There's one in here that's a secret. I can't show you. I have to blur it. The F1 car is my favorite, yes. There are many colors. There are a couple of decals you can choose as well, and you can make some custom decals also. Not something I tried because I'm too lazy, but it's nice that they have it in the game. Moving on to the stages in the game, and there are 24. There's some in the air, there's some underwater, there's some in special green zones, there are some in fields, some in cities, they're everywhere. They don't really change how the game is played, but you do get to pick your favorite when each level ends. There's a little space in between, you get to pick the next level type. It's really an aesthetics thing that's just kind of nice to look at. I feel like I do better on some than others, but that's probably not true. The point is, the game does not get visually boring quickly. There are plenty of levels, and you get to pick the one you want to play next, so it's up to you. Before closing out the video, I have to talk about this car fighting mode called Shifty Gear. Yes, it's more of a joke, and it's incredibly silly, but I just have to talk about it because it's in the game. Tell me, what other game has car combat like this? Huh? So you do the moves that you can dash, spin attack. They let you jump easier in this so you can do a pounding attack, but it's just an add-on to the game and the AI is not great. So it's something I had to mention, but not something you should buy the game for. Overall, Buck Up and Drive is fantastic. It's silly, it doesn't take itself too seriously, it has all these excellent levels and cars, excellent mechanics. The drifting is just a joy to use. You feel like you have real control over the car. It's everything I'm looking for in an arcade game. I recommend it to anyone who likes racing games because the car feel is very good, very responsive, and I think people that enjoy racing games would enjoy this as well. But of course, it is more of an arcade game where you're going to be replaying many of the same levels over and over, chasing a high score, and the high score leaderboard is packed. It's hard to get up there. Thanks again for the person who commented about the game, really appreciate it. You've seen all there is to see in this video, and hopefully you'll watch another one sometime soon, so subscribe for even more indie game content.